But yeah. Okay, hello everybody. I just thought I'd start streaming and stuff. Got off to a kinda rocky start today, so I'm just gonna find a piece of music to play and get started on whatever this is gonna be. Nah, not that, not that. Far from home. What's this? Oh, hello, Versus. How are you doing? Oh, whoa. This is a... Guess this is the Super Nintendo track. Turn that down a bit. Yeah, I like this track better, I think. Well, welcome, Versus. I was just gonna doodle some today. Not working on a comic this time. Yeah. I start out doodling. Also, feel free to tell me if I'm loud enough and stuff. Hey, Daniel. How are you doing today? Oh yeah, I think I read about the furnace thing happening. Hope everything is, functioning okay, and you're not, like, freezing to death or anything. Yeah, all I really did today was, help Grandma with some finance stuff, and that's about all I've been doing today, pretty much, so I'm finally kind of free for the moment. And, I realized because of stuff I've altered in the story, like little tiny details about how the betting booth and, the schedule for the tournament and stuff works, so I'm gonna have to edit that next comic page before I really work on it. Not quite sure what I'm drawing here, just drawing because I'm finally free to do so. Yeah, that's about how my day's been, I guess. Yeah. It's always easier to draw on a physical, like, sketchbook. Having the tablet thing it creates a bit of disconnect between the page and the artist hand, kind of. It's like you're drawing on glass, it feels like. It's just my observation. Not sure whose face this is, it's just a face so far. Yeah, when I started up the Windows 10 today, I was worried everything had been reset, because it was going through, all this stuff, like asking the stuff it asked me when I first started the computer when I set it up, but I think it was just update stuff. Just have him or her, or whoever staring out into the void. Give it some eyelashes, it's a girl. Give it no eyelashes, it's a guy. I ran out of music here. Let's get something else started up. Yeah, free time is a luxury. One that, as you get more stuff to do, you lose more of the chance to have the free time. Yeah, tablet absolutely takes time to get used to. Once you do, though, well, I don't know if I ever will, like, fully get used to the tablet, but it does help to speed things up, because you're not having to scan in all the pages into the computer and then fiddle around with editing them afterwards to get them to look right, lighting-wise and stuff. It's useful to know, at least, for the tablet stuff. I guess this is Doko. I'm adding the goggle ear thing, so yeah, unless I change it to Stacy, this'll be Doko. I always loved the game that this music was from. Lego Island. Always had such nice tracks when you were wandering around the island. It was less of a video game and more of just sort of seeing the lives of the residents of the island. Interacting with them and stuff. Whoa, forgot about this part. Yeah, I never hung around in the hospital long enough for this part to play. Yeah, Lego Island always just had such nice tracks, like real ambient, real peaceful. Well, I've got an idea. How's about I'll make up a robot, like, we will collaborate, all of us here in chat. What is, let's make a robot, and what features do you guys want the robot to have? We can collaborate and make this new character together. And I need to really raise the size of the eraser. Hey, here's the main theme. Yeah, before Bionicle, before any of the modern stuff, maybe before Robo Riders, there was Lego Island. Robo Riders may have been out by then, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I remember the game had a comic that it came with to show you how everything got started on the island. Well, the robot could be whatever you guys want it to be. Humanoid, spidery, schoolgirl, astronaut, whatever. This is all up to your guys' creativity. Yeah, I guess I never really let any of these tracks play, like, the full versions whenever I was playing the game. Because I know the later parts of these music tracks, but they're not as familiar. I think I'd just move on to other parts of the island real quick and would never let any track play for too long. Lake-a-go. There they go. Yeah, here we go. Nice ambient Sega Saturn Earthworm Jim. Yeah, you guys can just give the ideas while I'm finishing up Doko here, and then I can immediately move right onto the robot thing. Now, by try-eye, do you mean like 3 eyes versus? Earthworm Jim will always be one of the best games ever when it comes to art, gameplay, whatever, music, everything. Okay, so we got an astronaut with a broken visor that has a robot on the inside instead of a person. A robot that has 3 eyes and a flamethrower backpack. Well, the stream's still going on my end. I'm not sure if we've lost it. Yeah, we'll just let the stream even itself out, and usually does, or it disconnects, and then we just die and have to restart another. Okay, so we got an astronaut robot that has a cracked visor, a robot on the inside with 3 eyes, and a flamethrower tank instead of a backpack. And Daniel, if you have any input, and I guess if you need to catch up, slide the timeline bar all the way to the right and see where we're at. Wow. Yeah, today I was listening or watching some old Jaden anime. Been doing her videos since like 2016. Feels like it's been way shorter than that. Oh yeah, obviously it'll have a flamethrower with it. Otherwise, there's not much point unless the, like, tank is being used as some sort of jetpack thing. Usually when I do the characters closer up, you can see the individual teeth. Otherwise, I just leave the teeth as one solid block like this. The solid block one makes it easier. Sometimes even when it's close up, I'll do the solid block. But for more serious scenes, I usually do the individual teeth. Such a grand track. Now let's go to the Sega Genesis version. Gotta love that old primitive chiptune quality. Just trying to get the instruments right without having the ability to. And the Super Nintendo... I think the Super Nintendo version of this track sounds better. I like them all though, because the tune in general is just great. Yeah, there's Doko. So, Daniel, any input from you on the robot? I'm assuming you are probably far behind in the stream. Or you've cut out or something. But we have decided on a humanoid robot. So, let's get started on the body. Hold the arm out. We'll have this be the flamethrower. Should I do human amount of fingers? Well, if you want, you can just sort of sit out on the idea thing. And we can just go with the astronaut flamethrower guy. Oh, that was kind of like a heartbeat at that part of the soundtrack. Reminds me of intestinal distress from the first game of Jim. Let's see. Okay, so 3 fingers. We already got that. How should I have it? Yeah, because if the... Let's see, the flamethrower... If he just has the thing that he presses... Why does it keep switching back to that one? Okay, there we go. Maybe... I'm trying to figure out how to have the handle of the flamethrower for it to press to activate it. And let's see, yeah, we can just have the thumb hit the button here. But if we have the flamethrower button there, and just have it attached to the arm, it's always gonna be there and get in the way when the guy's trying to grab stuff. So I'm trying to figure out, should the trigger flip over so it's not in their way, or the whole flamethrower flip around when it's... just so that it's not in the way when they're trying to do stuff with the hand. These are just little things I think about as I'm making stuff sometimes. Panorama. Is this caravan? Oh, caravan. Yeah, Daniel, you were talking about caravan last time. This is from the level... This is from the level in Mega Man 04 that I always think of when I hear the word caravan, because the soundtrack for the level is called Caravan, Hope for Freedom. Yeah, there we go. Yes, it's like just this caravan of vehicles that are trying to escape from the villain that's taken over. What's less forces are emerging from the sand and trying to, like, ram into them and stuff. It's a very, very epic opening to a game. Let's see. Crack the visor. First we gotta figure out how the helmet's gonna look. Give a bit of reflection to the glass there. There we go. Wow. Okay. Crack the visor. I didn't mean for that to keep going. Shut up. Okay. It's a bit too action-packed to just have going constantly. Well, I guess since the remaster of Metroid Prime's come out, we could have this playing in the background. And since it's a try-eye, we'll give it... Why does it always switch to that eraser when I click off the screen? Yeah, we'll give it 3 little optics here, since it's supposed to have 3 eyes. No real sense in making it a tri-eye for the face, since most of that would be covered up. Oh. Well, you are free to talk about whatever Reploids you would like, Valier. And if you want, we can go on to work on a female robot or Reploid-esque character after this, or we could incorporate it into this. Yeah, I had ideas for, like, a final Mega Man X game. Like, it'd be a fan game idea, but it was how I would have ended the series. For the X games, obviously the Zero games would still happen afterwards. Give it a cord to the backpack. Why do you keep switching to that eraser? Let's see. Yeah, spacesuit kind of lends itself to being a robot to begin with, since the entire person's already covered in it. My Mega Man X idea would have led off of X8's ending with the Maverick virus variant that Lumine had working within Axel and stuff, and the Mother Elf would be part of the storyline along with Dr. Weil or Dr. Violka. Dakuta Violka, who is voiced by Eggman's voice actor in Japanese. Although, that guy's dead now, I know, so. But the Dr. Weil obviously dies in X4, so it kind of evens out there. Give it some vents on the muscle part of the arm there. What should I do for the other arm here? Let's see. Oh, well, I should not have said stuff that I said then, Valier. You should not, know about some things I mentioned for the Zero games. So, my apologies. Just know that, the original Mega Mans come first, then the X games come after that, the Zero games after that, the ZX games after that, and then the Legends games happen at the very end. And the Zero games are the darkest part of the franchise by far. Zero One, while X5 was in development, but it hadn't switched over to the people that would make the Zero games at that point. It was just in the concept phase. Give it a big, thick boot. It's an astronaut-type character. Comic I've been making done in the next few months to making or remaking the first comics so that I can actually start publishing them. It's been like a decade that I've been doing the series at this point. It's been over a decade I've been doing the series at this point. Oh, okay, well, I'll just spoil everything then, Daniel. Obviously that's a joke. I am not going to do that to you. Yeah, I always love a good Metroid. Which most of them are. It's a hard series for me to find ones I do not like in. Alright, he's kind of robot-y. We joke here, Daniel. It's alright, I am well aware that I should not just go about trying to ruin everyone's experience. I guess I'll have it implied that the thing's built into the arm. put a screw there. Yeah, let's give the flamethrower some vents along the side. If you ever need anything to look like a robot type thing, you just put in more vents everywhere. Jack Kirby would just do everything all really angular and stuff and make these real angled, squarish lines. But he was a very square guy whenever he'd make anything. Alright, let's extend the backpack and put a little boiler gauge on top of it and really show that it's like a fire hazard type thing. Now let's zoom in on this guy and see what we can touch up. So Daniel, any ideas about a female Reploid-esque character? I will give that a shot, since you did not really get a chance to, or I guess weren't thinking of anything for this. If you want to, you don't need to. This guy's visor or helmet is all busted up and cracked. How do I want to do the face exactly? Should be kind of humanoid for the cheek, but the tri-eye, we can't have it going beyond where the glass would be, so it'd be like right there. Okay. Let's jut out the nose area a bit, because without a nose area, it's not as definable as a face. But since it's not a human, let's give it like vents for the nostril area. All these little details people probably won't see from far away, but it's this creation, so we're doing it on stream. I'm narrating, you can tell here. I guess this is kinda like Mech's goggle in my comics. Except it's like built into the face instead of being a goggle. Yeah, let's have the face sort of skull-like in there. Yeah, when you do robots that are like not meant to really have things covering the face, it's like when you crack that away or open it up, since the person that made the robot just intended for the face plate to be seen, it's always neat to give like the internal workings or the skull of what the thing is like underneath when you look inside. It's kinda like when you see the Autobots and Decepticons without their helmets on. You just think of the helmet as part of their face, but sometimes they can come off and they look very technological underneath. We'll give some shading there. Alright. Yeah, I think we can work with that. And don't want to make it too over-detailed, and then it just gets all messy looking. Give a little meter to the gauge. Put a part here. Alright. I guess make some lines on the belt. There. Give that a vent. Alright, there we go. Alright. Here is Mr. Flamethrower Astronaut Robot Guy. I hope that looks alright. Then I guess for Daniel, let's do a sort of robo-girl over here. You always have to have the hips bigger than the guys. And of course, any suggestions to the character is free. You guys can modify this, however, while I'm designing it. And I'm going to switch over to some other piece of music. I haven't really eaten anything after breakfast today. I'm probably gonna get something after I'm done on here. Parasite Eve. Yeah. Maximum ink. The Docs. Phantom Lair, Phantom Labs. Game Over. Factory Open. Prometheus Cannon. Ooh, this one. Okay. Yeah, I can have this playing. For horns, should we have them coming off the sides or out of the front of the forehead? Or coming off the back, or however you guys want it. Oh, we should, let's see. Save this. Doodling's 61, I think. Why'd the music stop? Hello? Why are you... Let this stop. Come on. What are you doing? Turn to maximum. Phantom Ruins, Phantom Sewers, Spaceport, Streets. Mini-boss. Secondary. Okay, fine, I'll have this playing. This is probably one of the more, I guess, chill beats of the game. Phantom 2040 is arguably my favorite superhero game ever made. And just shrink this guy a bit to give the page some more room to work with. Yeah, I think Daniel probably is either busy or he's lagging behind in the stream. Okay, so put some horns on it. Yeah, the thing with Phantom 2040, the game that this music is from, I think I'm playing the Sega Genesis version of the soundtrack for this one. This is the secondary soundtrack for this area. In the Super Nintendo, it just uses like ambient noises for the secondary track, but they do like a remix of the primary track that's calmer for the secondary tracks in the Genesis version, which I prefer. Although it is kinda neat, some of the like environmental sound effects they do in the Super Nintendo version for their non-primary tracks. Oh, so you want it to look kinda like Splash Woman then, Valier? I'm pretty sure Splash Woman was inspired by Leviathan from the Zero games. The same people that made the Zero games worked on Mega Man 9. And there were like clear inspirations with like the tornado guy looking like what's his name? He's the green guy that does the air thing in the Zero games. One of the Guardians. There's... what is it? Is it Fenfear, Leviathan, Phantom, and then Harpuya. He's the green guy. He's the leader of the Guardians. They are in every game except for the final Zero game. They were created to represent X's personalities. So they all basically are different versions of X. Leviathan's a blue mermaid girl version of X. Yeah, she's a pretty pose-striking kind of girl. This character we're designing. I guess I'll design the shape of the body here. Should she have like a skirt, or should she have pieces that her body is separated into, like, since it's mechanical-ish? I guess that would just be like no dress looking then. Okay, I underestimated the subtleness of this music. Oh. That's from the Super Nintendo version, just environmental sound effects. Alright. I'll zoom in to make it easier to really work on things. Let's fix the face here. Give her a lower lip. I guess I could do the upper lips, but I'll leave that up to you guys. Do you want an upper lip or just a lower one? Let's see, I'm trying to remember how Splash Woman's helmet goes. I think it, like, curls like that. But if it's supposed to go over the eyes... Alright, I'm gonna look up a picture of her. It's been years since I've looked at her. I was actually making a better version of her sprite at one point because I was wanting to remake Mega Man 9 and not have it make it look 8-bit. That was the main irritation I had with Mega Man 9, was that they went back to 8-bit after it looked so good in 8. Ugh. Okay. Alright, no, I was thinking of the thing that comes off of the side of her helmet like that. That's what I was thinking of. And oh, now reached the end, okay. Yet different music track. Psychro, Paraka. Ah, here we go. And this is a tune I used to listen to while I made fanfics and stuff. Okay, so a gem there. And of course it defaulted back to that eraser that I don't like. Alright, give a good shape of the head before I put the helmet down. Alright. Do that. There we go. And I guess if it's gonna have horns, it'd come out like right there. Alright. Oh, well, this isn't going to be like a huge, overly detailed type of character, Daniel. It's just some scribblings is all. But I'll see what I can do here. Well, and just so you know, Daniel, the classic characters are not Reploids. Just so you know. They exist in the time before Reploids existed. Which is actually somewhat of a plot point later on at times in the X and Zero games, since X and Zero technically are not Reploids. It causes some things to happen that wouldn't happen with a Reploid with them. But I know what you mean when you're saying this stuff. Well, since you have a very set idea Since you have a very set idea of what type of character you want, maybe we should save this, since it also has input from Versus on what the character should be like. Let's just make another thing of your character down here. Yeah, what a Reploid is, Daniel, is a machine, like a robot person, that has been designed after X's schematics. They are replicas of X's design, which basically, it allows for more freedom slash potential for the mechanical person. Okay, so since it's feminine, have the body parts flow a bit more gracefully in the how the curves are going. Make it a bit more Mega Man-y than the upper one was. The characters in the classic games of Mega Man they weren't really called, like officially, they weren't called anything. They were just sort of robots, but if you want to get technical, they would probably classify as robot masters for the classic Mega Man stuff. You have mechanaloids, which are just like normal, non-sentient looking machines. Then you have the classic characters, which are they could count as robot masters, since all the ones that Wily uses are robot masters. Rollin' Mega Man or Rollin' Rock might fall into the category of robot masters. Then you have Reploids, which were made by Dr. Kane originally, after he found X, who had been sealed away for like 100 years. He based them on X. Then Sigma found Zero, and Sigma was the leader of the Reploids, like the Maverick Hunters. And then later on you get into the Reploid race and the human race merging towards being one race in the ZX games. And then at the very end of the timeline there's the Carbons, which were made as the species that sort of is in place of those species on Earth. Reploids and humans do not exist by the time of Legends. Well, one human exists by then, but other than that, they're extinct. Reploids and humans. And there's the Reaver bots, which are the robots that guard the ruins in that time period. Da da da. I got way too much information on any series that I've looked at over the years. Yeah, the classic characters always got these very bulgy body proportions for their arms and legs. They were clearly inspired by Astro Boy. Let's see. As for the corruption for the character, there have been a few, like, viral agent type things in the classic series. The main corruption comes from the Maverick virus, which is in the X series. But that's implied to have been based on the evil energy from Mega Man 8. Technically, Dr. Wily and Dr. Wright, or Dr. Light, they built a robot together that is like the final boss of one of the early games, which is, what was it called? It's a giant robot. It's gonna annoy me if I don't figure it out. Robot. No. Final boss. Mega Man 3? Yeah, there it is. It's, what's his name? Oh, it's Gamma. Gamma Mega Man. Yeah, that's it. Hold on. There it is. That is the ultimate robot. It was designed by both Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. And obviously Dr. Wily was pretending to be good, and he ends up being bad and takes control of the robot. But, yeah, that is canonically supposed to be the most, like, powerful robot. And I don't think fans, like, that aren't, like, into the series notice, but one of the bodies that, Sigma, the main bad guy for the X games, uses at the end of one of the games is the body of Gamma. And he uses it in the game that was supposed to be the final X game, so he's using the strongest robot's body to fight X and Zero with there. Yeah, no, Wily can create stuff. A lot of times, though, he just ends up stealing robots and modifying them. But he did create Zero, which is... Zero is above and beyond the original Mega Man. He was designed to kill Mega Man. Oh, and I guess he did make Bass. So yeah, he basically made an evil Mega Man. Well, Wily can probably create all sorts of stuff. It's just, he's the bad guy, so he always loses. There are implications that he is still around in some form during the X Games, but they have never solidly said anything about Wily, his status in the X Games, but it's implied that he is, like, in some of the games there are Reploids that look like him, so it feels like he's sorta going from body to body at times between robots in the X Games to continue his agenda. But they never say Wily's name or anything in the X Games, but his presence is obviously influencing stuff in those games. And Dr. Light is still around as a hologram, or an AI. He gives you upgrades sometimes. And, there we go. Hopefully I'm not boring you to death, Versus. I'm sure you're probably just listening while you doodle. Yeah. Everyone on that Mango server seems to know each other, or at least all know Mango pretty, closer than just internet acquaintances sometimes. I assume people have been either following her for a while, or she goes to school with some of them. There we go. Yeah, this is probably more along the lines of what you were wanting, Daniel. Give it a Mega Buster. Yeah, for Mango, it seems like a few people are spread out across the planet. Oh, well, that does definitely sound like Wily. He always takes Dr. Light's stuff. Alright. Maybe, you wanted the color to be black for the infection thing. I guess it could be Wily, like, testing out a prototype Maverick virus on her, since he is the one that made the Maverick virus. Although I'm not really coloring things right now, if I'm going to color them, so I'm just gonna, if we color this, leave that part for later. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Wily started creating Zero when, Base was going against him in, I think, the second Fighters game. No, we'll just leave the legs. Kinda like that, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need to check on Grandma a bit later. For right now, things should be okay. And give a bit bigger feet. Mega Man always has big clomping feet. Yeah, I was debating between doing a stream and working on the comic, but I realize now that I have too much I'd need to modify on the latest comic page for it to really get done in a timely manner. So I just ended up streaming instead. That, and I really need to get, like, that Invader Zim animation finished. I feel kind of bad that I don't get more stuff made quicker. Like, if I get so... I know I do way too much stuff every day, but it feels like I should be making more stuff, because the stuff I want to get made doesn't get made quick enough. And I know the only solution would be to, like, turn yourself into a robot so you don't ever sleep or eat or get distracted, but... yeah, it's just something that always nags at me. Okay, if it's like Splash Woman, we'll give the collar there. And separate that. And maybe... let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that looks like it might work. Maybe make the body a bit thicker there. Yeah, there, I think I'll go with that. Does that look okay there, Bowyer? Yeah, smaller, bigger. Let's go a bit smaller. Yeah, I just finished up doing a commission last night, and I was thinking of doing the comic that day, but the commissions always take a while to do. I can usually do them in like a day if I try. If it's a full colored one, that usually takes more like 2 or 3 days of focusing on that. Yeah, I think that'll do for that. Okay, now up to this character again. Alright, what should we do for this girl here? We want horns, that was Versus' suggestion. Oh yeah, I will hardly ever turn down a commission, because I do like to have money to eat and stuff, so. Yeah, any commissions you guys ever want me to do, I am always available for that. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, all we know for her is we want Versus's horns for the character. Any input from you, Daniel? Yeah, it's well, by all means, hand over whatever non-money you have, and I assure you it will go to a good cause. Alright, well, I guess this is your character then, Versus. Any ideas of what you want for her? Got the general robot-y armor-ish stuff going on from Value's previous, like, the leftovers before I started working on the Robo Girl for him. Alright, I guess this will be a demon girl then. And if there's a skirt, it's going to come up because of the tail there. Cool glasses. Oh, I saw murder drones pop up in the timeline on YouTube. Do they only have 3 episodes, Valier? We'll give it a... make this a sort of belt thing. So we can give some lines to the skirt here. Oh. Yeah, I keep meaning to look at the murder drones thing. It's just that I always have everything I'm working on. It feels like I don't really have time for anything ever. Yeah, I guess since that's as high as it is, you'd see the panties. A bit there. Nah. There we go. Okay. Alright. What am I doing? I need that line to see where the head would be. Okay, any hair to this character, or a helmet or anything? Versus Valier versus and then Doko. And then Future is now supporting me. Scrap Brain, welcome to my life. Serial Experiments Lane. REM, Future is Now, The Descent, Soul Meets. Alright, there we go. More calm track. Ugh. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. Feel what it's like to within life. There's a Greyhound station. Thoughts too far off destination. Finding a place too deep. I do believe it's true that there are rocks left in both of our shoes. The silence takes you, then I hope it takes me too. The brown eyes are holding me. And, alright. A bit of short neck length hair. Guess you can't really see it much from that side, so over here. Yeah, I imagine from what I have seen of Murderbots, it's going to be a fairly popular animated indie series for a while. It's how those less scared to do the stuff they want to do series tend to go. And then there will be the internal drama that eventually drives everyone apart. Doesn't always happen, but there are personalities that clash a lot of times when things are getting made. Yeah, I always love this song. Oh, you're here, 'cause you're here on the sand I want to be. And now that face life is soaring through. Endless. Alright, I guess we got a demon girl here. Do we want to make any changes, or is this good to go? Yeah, just leave the teeth as one block there. I was just remembering the Vivzy Pop stuff, Daniel, and how that all is, put some things on hold in the Hell of a Boss, the Has-Been universe. I had the left hand going back here, behind the back, but I can change that. Well, I got started doing the hand before you made the suggestion, but I can change it if you want. I just figured I'd do the same gesture on the other hand there. Oh, okay. I'll just put that back the way it was then. Alright, we got Demon Girl there. We got a Robot Mistress down there. Robot Astronaut guy there. Doko just looking plainly into nothing. Maybe touch up some of the blacks there. Okay. Da-da-do-do-do. What to do now? Yeah, I'm just drawing to... I don't know what this is gonna be. I just started doodling because I wasn't quite sure what to do next. I guess that'll be a leg of some sort. Some sort of froggy amphibian leg. Is it an alien? Is it a monster? Who knows? We'll find out together. I have the face staring at the viewer. I just checked the other day and my cousin is getting married in June. I'd forgotten when the date was. I imagine that'll probably be after Grandma passes. Put the nose up above the eyes. Get rid of the horrified mouth. How should I have the top of the head going? Maybe some feather type things here. I'm always tired. Telescope. Oh, this track. Yeah. Yeah, I always like making monster designs and stuff, but I don't have as much opportunity to do it these days with how I'm always doing the more cartoony comic stuff that I do. Oh, I hardly get proper sleep. My body pains do not allow for that a lot of times. And then grandma's sometimes, well, grandma's usually up and about because of her condition, so it's a bit hard to get any proper sleep, but I make do. As long as I'm not dead, I'm working. Can't afford not to. Yeah, I've had pains in my body developing over the last 8 years. Has to do with lower organs, I think. They haven't been as bad lately as they were half a year ago. And sometimes they do still get to incapacitating pain levels that you just gotta ignore and keep doing what you do, since the doctors never find anything. And how short the track was? I mean, I know it's not a very complex track, but still. Ooh. No, not that one. Let's see. Zanzibar. Ancient hero. Zombie. Fly high. Fly high. Yeah, we'll go with this one. I guess I'll give this guy a just sort of basic revealed front part. Rework the eyes a bit with the right eraser. Why do you keep switching over? I just want to be able to click out of the window, and when I click back, have everything be how it was when I left the window. I have no idea what anime this song is from. I just remember I found it and I liked it. Right on. Right down. Yeah, give it more slits for eyes. I do the normal, just normal pupils too much. Of course it switched back to that eraser. Yeah, when I make aliens and stuff, I just go crazy with the designs sometimes. Like, this is still humanoid, but it's like... There's a lot of aliens that get made in fiction that don't feel like they have much effort or thought put into them. But if you find the right person, a lot of times they'll come up with some pretty great stuff. Oh. Yeah, it's some shading for the throat there. Give it a little open mouth. Already has the nose up there. Should I make the eye bigger? I think I'll make the eye bigger. Yeah, that makes the face look better there. Nice peaceful track now. Yeah, when I was younger, in Pokemon Gold and Crystal, I would go to like certain towns and just let the music there play while I worked. Give them some gauntlet things here. Maybe the muscle goes there, have it develop a carapace over the arm. So, get the right eraser. Then... yeah, don't have it look like it's too much of a clothing item over the arm. What should I have the hand be like? You really just need the thumb and the first two fingers to draw and write with. But would they even... I'll have it be more like some sort of crustacean claw. Yeah, there, that'll work. Get rid of this line. It's just getting in the way. Give it a belt. What should I draw after this, though? This is the main problem I run into, is I don't... A lot of times I think up throughout the course of the day what to work on, like when I do doodles and stuff. Oh, there we go. Just run that down the front area. Those lines there. Alright, we've got a witch with nerd goggles on the menu. Of this and a young witch, an old witch, a human witch, a robot witch, a not witch witch. He looks pretty undecided on what he's thinking. I guess have the carapaces coming off the back there. We have a zombie witch with nerd goggles as a request. They did have zombie characters that you could play as in a parody House of the Dead game. I think that may have been Japan only, though. Technically, you could play as a zombie in Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. If you got, like, infected enough, you would turn into a zombie, and you could help kill your friends that were still alive. But those servers are long gone, so no one can experience that anymore. The AI for that game is just atrocious sometimes. They almost seem to purposefully turn into zombies. Great voice commands, though. Did not have any microphone support because Capcom thought that it was better to do these voice prompts, which were just ridiculous to listen to. Help me! I don't wanna die! Thank you. That's basically how all the characters would talk to each other, depending on what buttons you press. I want to change his face. Maybe he's some sort of space pirate or something. I do have plenty of those I'm going to be making designs for in the future of the comics when Doko and his friends get to outer space and stuff. They'll be having to contend with Queen Loris and her forces. Maybe bring the brow in a bit. I was thinking, now that I have a way to actually stream, I could probably do a Let's Play on stream if I figured out how to set that up. Although I'd need a game I could play on the computer. And I'd need to get OBS to actually record that screen. Seems to only want to record certain windows I have open.